Oh no. Oh goodness. Alright. I like blue stuff. I like blue and white stuff. I like blue yellow stuff. Blue and gold stuff. I like all sorts of stuff. Especially if it involves blue. You know what I mean, jelly bean? A little bit amped up. I'm gonna settle it down. Now you might think I'm done putting stuff on that table there. So Austin, are you really just gonna keep buying junk? You tell me one thing I currently own that's junk. Oh, goodness. Why don't we have a seat and do a little inspection here, okay? Now, look, I'm not an expert on this stuff. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'll say it many times. But I do know when I see something pretty. And look at how pretty that little guy is. But I think there's a problem. And we zoomed right into it, didn't we? Look at that. It's like a half of a flower. It's almost as if this was just printed on there. Now, I don't see any dots or anything. Come on, focus. You got this, buddy. I see a fingerprint now that I'm zoomed in. No, this could be hand-painted. But there's some weird striations to the glaze. Can you see that little bit of how it just kind of has lines through it, right? There's not a whole lot of color variation except when you come over here. Do I have the blue light on? I think I might have the white light on. Hold on one second. Hold on one moment, please. Okay, it is the blue light. Yeah, that came out like I was a grown-up. Let's not talk about it anymore. Now, no matter what, I think this is a very pretty little thing, but I think it might be transfer printed. And look, if you see that, I mean, maybe not. You know, that could be an artist's fair mistake. There are so many fingerprints on this now that I'm looking at it. I haven't really handled it. Like, I'm not just a grubby touch. Grubby McToucherstein. See, like, I don't know, man. I don't trust those little lines going through it like that. And I don't trust how it just kind of ends on some things. Now, maybe they used several panels to print this on there, or to stamp it on there, or whatever they do. I don't know. I am concerned that this is not actual art, but it is fancy pants as all get out. I mean, it's a beautiful little thing. Oh, we might never be able to focus on the neck of him. It's so thin. You could not fit a dandelion down the neck of this vase. And that is a fact. You know how I know? So I went outside and tried 10 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't. But it is very, I mean, if that was facing you down in an alley after dark, you'd probably be okay. Come on, buddy, you can do it. You got this. You got this, little fool. Okay, that's not the point. The bottom. Well, I think the bottom's actually pretty well made. This might be genuine Arita porcelain, pottery, ceramic. I don't know. But it might not be anything at all. I just know that the bottom's not all gross and dirty and weird. It looks like somebody actually made it and was proud of it, and they got it ready to be displayed by someone. Now, I don't know. Again, we got that seam in the color there. I don't know if it's it kind of starts up here, so I mean, that might just be a heavily applied blue splotch, and you do see it kind of runs into this flower here too. I mean, maybe this is hand done. I'd really like it if it were. Come on, buddy. There we go. I mean, that's pretty beautiful. I bought it because it's kind of gorgeous. I think this one was an eBay purchase. In fact, I think all three of these little blue vases were eBay purchases. These are Prunus. It's a type of flower, I assume. I'm not an ornithologist. Somebody just got so mad. I could like hear him. Just not what an ornithologist is. Settle down. Alright. Now, you see the difference between these two bottoms. Like, this one is very obviously, like, you know, well done. They had all the best firing techniques and stuff. Whereas this one, I think, is considerably older. I think this might be, you know, I think this might be Japanese. It could be Chinese. But the foot is particularly nice. It indicates that it was fired in a pretty natural and old-style kiln. There's a little bit of just a little bit of grit in there. You know, that's okay. That's not a horrible thing. A little bit of pitting on the bottom. That's usually a good indicator of age in a old pottery piece. Really, it seems like the more perfect it is, the less chance there is of it being a real thing. And this guy's not perfect. Let's look at this ring that goes around his foot here. You see that? Kind of just disappears into it for a second. I mean, this isn't, you know, nobody printed this. You can see different brush strokes, like, throughout. There's all sorts of different obvious effects of brushing. That's under the glaze. And this is a very pretty little vase. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. I think I did well on this. I think I only paid $20 plus, you know, shipping and tax on eBay. I think tax on eBay is like 12%. Is that what's going on right now? Because that is a gross figure. Who came up with that number? I'll tell you who it was. It was people that are never going to deal with anybody on eBay. They get to write all the rules. I don't want anybody to think my channel's subversive. But, seriously, who decided that? It wasn't me. I didn't vote on that. Like, could we please have a 12% internet sales tax? I would love it. So yeah, I think that one's certainly real and certainly old. I think this one has less chance of being either of those things, but it's still a beautiful little thing. Now, let's talk about the new one I got for $25. Oh no! I'm gonna have to put Guy's information in the comments here. He was a super nice seller. He didn't ship it out right away. I still gave him an excellent review. But he had a family emergency, and I told him, you know, like, take as long as you need with your family. I hope everybody's okay. Send it out whenever you can. And I want you guys to know that that's the way you handle something like that. If somebody tells you that they have a family emergency, be nice to them, because you don't know what's going on. I mean, you know, really, they might actually have a family emergency. Be nice. You know, life messes up. Don't be mean to people. Don't be mean to people. Everybody's got a beautiful little thing, and everybody's got a sad little thing. So maybe just remember, you know, it might be somebody's sad little thing day. Too much? Was that too much preaching? Probably. Let's just see what's in here. I pretty much did all the unpacking for you. Ah, I know, blue and white flowers. Like, who even cares, Austin? Unless you've got a 6-sided vase, probably from the Meiji era, Japan, and it's got a signature on it, which I'm going to say is upside down. Look at that beautiful thing. Now, I believe that this is nice. This is nice and old. I believe this might be a little bit of a blue and white masterpiece. Now that's if it's hand done, and that's if this little signature on the bottom is real. but I believe it is because, oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot I let my white cat. So we've got. All right, you haven't met all my cats yet. Let's just say that, okay? When I say all my cats, I mean there's a variety. Anyway, my girl cat Kevin. Obviously, her name's Kevin. I don't know why you would ask. Obviously, my girl cat Kevin got up on this table here, and she left her little white fingerprints all over, and I just realized I had several of them stuck to my hand. So that's a little bit gross, Austin, but whatever. It's cat hair. It's not gross. I love it. It's one of our favorite seasonings at our house, actually. You know, I mean, salt, pepper, garlic, that's all fine, but if you don't have cat hair in your food, do you even know what love tastes like? I'm sorry. I gotta set that down. That was a little too dumb even for me. I hate to be impressed with myself, but Jesus Lord. All right, I'm gonna settle down. Settle down right now, Austin. Oh, okay, anti-pep talk. Now, okay, I think we're gonna be able to do this. Now look, these little designs right here, they all get darker towards the bottom of them. And I think that means that as the gentleman was painting, or lady, I did actually learn that there was a famous lady potter in Japan, and she typically wrote poems on her pieces. I would love to see or have one of those. That would be super neat. Oh, but as they're painting this blue cobalt glaze on there, I mean, you know, it's a liquid, so sometimes it does run down, especially into an area that the other glaze already is. You know what I mean? It wants to stay in its little, like, pre-painted area, from what I can tell. But look at that. That's like a masterwork, and it's like 6 inches tall. You see there's little spots of like cloudiness. I think that's called bleeding when the color runs into the other sections like that. But I do believe that this is all applied by hand and brush. You can see some little areas that are much darker than the other ones. See, you know, like this, I mean, all of these little flowers and stuff, they're pretty much the same shade of blue. I mean, like, it really seems like, maybe not. No, I'm an idiot. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell if this one's done by hand. If it's done by hand, then someone really good did it. If it's not done by hand, then, you know, I don't care. You could print it off a computer and, you know, whatever. That's... I don't like stuff that, I'm not a big fan of stuff that people weren't involved in. Then again, I'm a big fan of people not being involved in stuff, so I don't know. It's all hypocrisy as far as I could tell. But you see, I mean, like, even the shading on these outside little designs are different. Some of them are just a little darker blue. Some are missing just a little bit more than the others. I mean, really, I'm fairly certain that this is hand done. So I spoke with someone on Reddit about this, and they told me a couple of different possible translations for these kanji. And I don't want to say until I'm positive, but I believe one of the possibilities was a Japanese pottery company that started in 1787, if I'm remembering correctly. If anybody knows that mark, I'd be happy to hear from you. But yeah, these are my small blue and whites. If I'm honest, I think that's a very pretty little collection. And, you know, feel free to just completely ignore those Jinbari cloisonnés behind them. I mean, you know, who even wants to look at stuff like that? Who would want to walk into a room where these 6 vases were just sitting on a table? I mean, what a gross place to be. What kind of disgusting human being would... No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome, ain't it? Yeah! Honestly, if I walked into this room right now and I was like, looking around for a minute. I would be. I admit, I would be a little bit sickeningly jealous. Like, whoever decorated this room has bought just some of my favorite things that have ever existed. I don't know how you could possibly beat that unless you just had more of the same stuff. Because, I mean, so far, this seems to be pretty much what I'm into. This guy's got some real taste. Yeah, I like it. Now, that blue vase on the end. I'm going to have to learn more about him. We might have to come back to another whole video on that vase and what his signature is and the history of his company and stuff. And we'll talk more about that. Maybe we can even figure out a value or something. You know, at $20, I'm sure it's worth more than what I paid. It's a very unique design. It's a gourd vase, but it's also got a twisted hectagonal? Hectagonal? I'm sorry, I'm half potato. I don't even know. It's 6 sides. Is that polygonal? No, I'm just kidding. It is the hecta, right? Hecta? Oh god, now I'm all over the place. Oh my word. It's not a pentagon. Yeah, it's gotta be hecta. I'm so sorry. Why am I still talking about this? I love all you guys. This is Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I hope you like some of this stuff as much as I do. Well, some of you liked it almost as much as I did, because some of you bid against me. It's probably still a sensitive subject. I apologize. Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques. Bow!